Well, good afternoon again for the third time. I am sorry. I had to do some networking and redid my station here or my network, and it seemed great, but it's looking fine now. But I'm not seeing where the streaming got kind of messed up. So I'm gonna, I guess, hopefully the third time is a charm. Please forgive me. I'm certainly try to make sure everything is the best it can be. Anyway, today we're going to talk about our wonderful animal architects. They, and I look around here a little bit just to make sure I look like I'm still here, right? Did I die yet? No. Okay, good. Animal architects are some of the most innovative builders on Earth, using natural materials, instinct to create structures that serve a variety of functions. Here's a look at 10 incredible animals that build and the homes that they construct. We all want to have a home, right? Okay. The first one, and you probably would expect this is on the top of the list, are beavers, and I love beavers. And the good news is they serve a very good purpose. And some think, well, they block streams, and that's a problem for farmers. There's always pros and cons we have to realize in life. But beavers are masters engineers of the animal world. They build dams. They build, these dams so they go across streams to create still ponds, make it easier to access food and stay safe from predators. These dams are built with branches, mud, and stone. And, it's like they probably say, hey, I've got to build the best way I can, and I always will. And it can even help regulate water levels in the surrounding area, benefiting other species. And again, that's where you get into where it's not as bad as you think. There's if we do a scale of 1 to 10, there's some cons, but in general, they're not destructive, and they can help people that are upstream, you might say, with having a little more water. And if anybody downstream's having any problem, they can go where they need to go. But also, if it's let's say a farmer with his field and water, they can work around it, and they can basically not hurt the beaver, but, put in some pathway on the side of where they build their dam that the beaver can't block. I'm just using the examples. And it's one of those things where if something's wrong, you can fix it, but not fix it at the detriment of someone else. So anyway, we love beavers. The next are the bowerbirds. Bale bowerbirds from Australia, New Guinea are known for building elaborate bowers to attract mates. These structures are decorated with brightly colored objects like flowers, berries, and even man-made items. Each bower is a unique artistic masterpiece designed to impress female bowerbirds. Now, is that cool or what? Now, interestingly, when I was pulling in this case, an image of a bowerbird, it came up with a kind of an image that showed the bowerbird, and it was, a drawn image or a artistic image. And it showed all these little things around it. And what it was saying, of course, I didn't know that the bowerbird gets these little neat little colorful things and puts it around nests so it will attract the females. To get this photo, I had to literally change, and I use Leonardo AI, not sponsored. And I said, instead of the typical image request, I went to photographic, because I found that if you're missing something and it brings up an image that you don't like, you can go to the photographic and it will do a much better job. And it does. Okay, the next are what we call the weaver birds. These small African and Asian birds create hanging nests I think it's going to happen again. I'm having problems. Anyway, we'll just continue and see what ends up happening. Okay, so they build these hanging nests that are intricately woven from grass and leaves. The nests are spherical with a small entrance to protect their eggs from unknown predators. Weaver birds are known to work together, creating whole colonies of these incredible nests on tree branches. Termites. Termites are famous for their tall cathedral-like mounds that can reach up to 30 feet in height. Made from soil, saliva, and dung, these structures regulate temperature and humidity, creating a climate-controlled environment for termites inside. Some mounds even have ventilation systems to keep airflow constant. That's pretty cool. Honeybees. Honeybees construct hexagonal wax cells in their hives to store honey and house their young. The hexagon is naturally efficient shape, allowing bees to maximize storage space while using minimal building material. These hives are not only highly organized, but built with impressive precision. I mean, the animal kingdom is pretty amazing. They have good instincts, they have instincts, they know what to do, they do it, they help each other, they work together. And that's kind of the way I wish our world was. In some cases, we do work together. In a lot of cases, we don't. And, you know, what I've always learned is working together doesn't hurt anybody. It doesn't hurt me. It doesn't hurt the other person. But a lot of people don't look at it that way. Okay, the next one is the mud dauber wasps. The mud dauber wasps create small tube-like nests out of mud. Each nest contains chambers where the female wasp places paralyzed spiders for her larvae to feed on. These nests are often found in walls, tree trunks, and other flat surfaces, showcasing the wasp's practical use of available resources. Okay, number 7. You know, and you can find many more than 10 animals that I'm doing today, but, you know, we don't want to talk too long, especially since this is, I think, my 3rd attempt at getting this right. Anyway, prairie dogs dig complex underground burrows that include multiple rooms for nesting, storing food, and even toilets. God bless them. They build these networks to protect themselves from predators and harsh weather. Their colonies, known as towns, pretty interesting, can span hundreds of acres and are marvels of animal engineering. Okay, the next, the octopus. Octopuses, especially veined octopus, are clever underwater architects. They gather shells, rocks, and other objects to build shelters known as octopus gardens. Are you familiar with the Beatles song that has that basically Yellow Submarine? Anyway, some have been observed using coconut shells as portable homes, carrying them around and assembling makeshift shelters on the sea floor. The next one is the sociable weaver birds. Now, we went into kind of the weaver birds, but these are slightly different in that they do different things than the other weaver birds I did a little bit ago. These birds are native to southern Africa, and these birds build enormous communal nests that can weigh several tons and host hundreds of birds. Now, boy, if that isn't working together. The nests look like haystacks in trees and provide insulation against extreme temperatures. Each bird family has its own chamber. Wow. And some of these structures have been used for over a century. Of course, they build them, they fix them, they fix them, they fix them. Unfortunately, like with anybody, they die, some die, but the new ones take over and keep going. And that's a tribute to all the efforts that the past birds have basically achieved. And yeah, let's keep working together, right? Okay, the last one is the ants. Now there's two, the leafcutter and the weaver ants. Different species of ants exhibit unique construction abilities. Leafcutter ants collect leaves, which they use as fertilizer for growing fungus, their primary food source. Weaver ants, on the other hand, bind leaves together using silk produced by their larvae, creating nests high in trees for protection and food access. Okay, each of these animal architects displays an extraordinary adaptation, whether for survival, comfort, or even aesthetics. Their unique constructions show just how creative the natural world can be, combining instinct, skill, and often teamwork to create these marvels. You know, I want to thank you today, and I'm not even sure. I get a feeling this could be messed up. And, you know, it's like, Jim, why don't you leave things alone? Well, sometimes my network has put in here a year or so ago, you start to have gremlins, so then you say, well, let's start again, let's redo it. I picked up some new equipment, and I'm going to show that in a presentation because I videoed the whole opening, unboxing, and getting it in line. And it seems to be working great, but it's seemingly having a little trouble streaming well. So, and the internet connection's good, so it isn't anything like that. But anyway, thank you for your patience. I mean, really, I know you get an email saying, Jim's back on. Oh, because what I do, and even though the smart YouTube people say don't delete anything, if it's wrong, if it's not presentable, I will delete it and do it again. And before I did it this third time, I replaced a network cable, I tested it, I did this, I did that, I did so many different things. Because in some cases, there's so many little variables that you can be lucky and get it, or unlucky and you haven't. But the moral of the story with everything, including YouTube, don't give up. But anyway, thank you very much. And I appreciate your patience. I hope I don't have to take this down, but I will if it's wrong. But thank you.